Do you want me to say something
No,
or
I'll
are
start
you?
us off.
Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, traders. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Got a special presentation for you here today on the Pirate Traders live stream. I've got Bruce from Bookmap with us. How you doing, Bruce?
Doing well, thanks.
So he is here today to talk about a couple of specific features with Bookmap that he thought I might like to know about, and I figured if he's going to tell me, might as well tell you guys too. So the first thing we're going to talk about is trading using Bookmap software, actually entering trades in the software itself, and then we're going to talk about using it for journaling. At the end, I have a couple questions for you, Bruce, but I'll kind of just hand it over to you. You can give me your spiel. Let me know what do we need to know about the software.
Okay, excellent. And then also don't forget, this next week, all week long, we have our Pro Trader webinar series. And Charles, you'll be on Friday at 10 a.m. East Coast time.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, you bring it up in the rear. The last, they always save the best for last. That's what they say.
That's right. That's right. And I haven't seen much of like your, I love your webinars and your content, etc. I haven't seen much of your trade management, and that's going to be the focus
Yeah.
or the theme for the week. So I can't wait. I can only imagine it's highly professional like your stream is. So
No, I'm gonna blow your mind, Bruce. Like you're gonna be so impressed.
excellent, excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, and then that said, I guess we can just jump in here and looking at Bookmap, we're looking at the ES. Is there something else you want to look at? I have the NQ and some stocks.
I would say ES or NQ is probably mainly our focus.
Okay.
I assume you're just going to be like taking trades in a paper account and not trying to actually enter bids right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all in demo. So you can see it down in the lower right-hand corner. It's not a trade recommendation. Past performance is not indicative of future results.
Yeah, got it.
So all of that good stuff. But it's to demo the trading in Bookmap, and we'll start with that. I do have some interesting market pulse widgets maybe to show you as well if we have some extra time.
Yeah, I do want to talk about Market Pulse. I've been playing with it since you told me about it, and I really like it.
Yeah,
I keep the settings real simple, but it is a valuable tool. But anyway, let's talk about the trading first, and then we'll get into that.
Sure. Okay, so we'll start from the very beginning. When you open up Bookmap, you got your symbol, and then you want to start trading from the Bookmap chart or the DOM. You can do either or, and you'll first need to click on the Show Trade Control panel icon here, the padlock, and then it's still closed. You can see it's selected though because it has the outline around it, and then we turn it on here. You can trade from the chart, the DOM, or both. But I always go with both. Then you can see everything kind of lights up. And these are previous orders that I took today. All the different features are available here. So just go through each one. One of the first things to note here is this little pin. And to click on it. If you don't, we'll select like the order size. Let's say we want to look at like, a 10 lot or something like that. We're all set to trade from the Bookmap chart or DOM. But then we jump over to the NASDAQ and check something out, or maybe Apple or Meta. And then we jump back to the ES and note that it is off. So if I want to jump into a position immediately, I need to then turn it back on and then reselect my size here. So to avoid that, just click on this little pin. So let's go over to Microsoft and then jump back, and you can see I'm all set up still.
And let's say you wanted to enter a trade on the ES and a trade on Microsoft, you would want to be not pinned, and you would click both as you get to each screen. Is that correct?
Well, it's just a safety measure so that when you jump back, you don't erroneously like set a trade or enter a position.
Yeah.
That was why we put it in. And then if you just want to keep it open, just click on the little pin and you'll pin it. And then that's that. So um, and then this is pretty straightforward stuff. There's some interesting features in here in the trade control panel. But before I jump into that, I also want to show you something on bookmap.com, because this is a great reference for all of these trading features. So go to bookmap.com, click on education here. That'll take you to the Learning Center. And then this Getting Started course goes through many of the features in Bookmap. They're very short videos, but you can see down here trading. Click on that, open it up, and there's very short videos, 6 videos here on trading.
Mm-hmm.
So your trade control panel here, I mean, I'm going to take like 10 minutes to go through this. You can go through it in 3, basically, here, a lot more concise. Then, yeah, trade control panel details. This is the overview, placing orders, OCO orders, and bracketed orders, trail stops, and then orders display and editing orders as well. So lots of nice features there. Let's jump back and just so you have that reference. All right, so now we'll go through one at a time in here. I'm actually going to skip over this one in the top to begin with. And then here are your order types. So you hover over, it says order duration, good till cancel, fill or kill, or immediate or cancel. So if you're trading, a pretty big size, or you're trading stocks, you either you want to have that order in the market until you cancel it, or maybe it's fill or kill. It fills all of it or none of it. If it doesn't fill it completely, it will cancel the order immediately after. Immediate cancel it will fill some of it, but if it doesn't fill all of it, it will cancel the rest of them. So let's suppose you put in 1,000 shares for Apple or something like that.
Sure, I trade 1,000 shares of Apple at a time.
Yeah, what is it? How much would that be? 1.6 million or whatever it is.
Without breaking a sweat.
Okay, there you go. Hey, but you're probably trading options. Anyway, if you're trading multiple shares and it doesn't fill all of them, then it will fill some of them and then cancel the rest. That's immediate or cancel. So that's how that works. That's it for order duration. We also have the stop order type. I highly recommend you keep it here at market, but you can see you have also limit here if you want. Mm-hmm. That I'll cover that in a minute. But then you also have the stop duration. So how long do you want it in the market? Good till cancel, fill or kill, or immediate or cancel. And then these are your positions. There's many in here. You can configure this and show, all these different, your profit, your position, unrealized profit, total profit, realized profit, blah, blah. Maybe you don't want to look at your profit in terms of profit and loss in terms of currency, but you can put it in terms of ticks or points. You have all of that good stuff here. Then your sizing, your volume, resets, your quick buttons here, but you can also just input them. So you can just input 100 if you want to, do that. And then these are your cancel buttons here. So this would be, cancel all of the open sells, cancel all, and this is cancel all the open bids. Flatten button, order entry buttons, and then your OCO, bracketed, and trailing stops. The one up here that's kind of interesting for those that want to test things, or they're new to trading and they're trading small size, then this is a great feature in Bookmap. You can, it has to be in live mode, and I'm in sim, so it won't work. But what you do is you open up the MES, so the micro contract, and you also have the ES contract here. And then you'll select here from the dropdown, the MES will be available. Select it and then hit start. And then when you place orders over here and get filled, you will be trading off the ES chart, but they will be routed and the trades will be taken in the MES micro account.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great tool because if you look at the micro, a lot of times the liquidity is just completely
Totally
different.
Yeah.
So you can trade and make good decisions off of this, and the fills are really good. I mean, like it's highly traded anyway, so it doesn't matter. But there's so many micro instruments now. So micro crude, micro bonds, micro everything just about. So micro gold. So that's a great feature. And even if you're trading some size, I mean, maybe you just really want that scaling capability. So that's a good one. Yeah, that's the trade control panel. You can also move this around. You can make it thinner, left click, hold and drag over here. Then you can move the whole thing, just left click, hold and drag it to wherever you want. So whatever, floats your boat. Then let's set some orders, the fun part. So from the chart, trading from the chart, it is this window here, this rectangle here, thin rectangle, is the live trading window. If you hover over it, you can't really see my cursor, but it turns into cursor with a $sign next to it. So this is the live trading area. Now, trading from the chart it sounds like it's complex, but like it's pretty simple once you get the feel for it. Anytime that you left click in here, it's going to be a buy. Anytime you right click in here, it is going to be a sell order. The order type depends on where you are on the chart and also holding down a shift key. So let's go through a buy scenario.
So you're saying if you right click, it's buy, left click is sell? Is that what you said?
No, left click is always a buy.
Okay, left click is a buy, right click is a sell.
That's correct.
And so if you're trying to sell above price, it'll put in a limit order. If you're trying to sell below price, it'll just get in at market.
That's right.
Okay.
So let's do it. We'll actually do it with the buy side. Okay, so I have my volume of 1 selected here, and then I'm just going to left click here in all these areas, and these are my limit orders. Right when I do that, see, the market read it. It read my order. my demo.
It knew that your orders needed to be filled.
It knew that my simulated account, only within Bookmap, it read it. Now,
wait,
anyway,
did you just adjust it? Did you just move it
down?
I
did.
So how did you do that?
So all you do is hover over where it says, what it is, one limit, and then I just left click, hold and drag.
Okay.
Now, this is where it gets pretty interesting. And this functionality works for, we'll show you the buy stops too. I can move all of them over each other and then move them all together at once. So now I have all 4 and I can move them all 4 at the same time.
Was that, were you clicking shift before you were touching them?
No, nothing. Just drag.
Oh, okay.
Now, and you can see this little arrow here. It has 4 orders, and then in the parentheses it says 4 as well. So it's 4 orders for the size of 4, or maybe it's the other way around. Volume of 4. Well, we can easily fix that.
Yeah, one limit.
Yeah. So we'll turn this into 2, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay. So the first number is the size. The second number in parentheses is the orders. Now you can just drag and drop, all of these around wherever you want. If you want to change each one or you want to cancel them, there's multiple ways to do that. But you can open it up and then move them out as well. So that's the way you can kind of separate them. And then cancel, if you want to change the size of each one as well, just click on it here. And then you can change the size. So now I have 6 at this price level, one for 5 and one for 1.
That is
Uh,
dope. That is a very convenient way to adjust in real time on the chart.
Absolutely. I mean, like I can't trade without it. I mean, like I'm so accustomed to it, and it's just so natural to move these orders around like this. It's great. What I really like about it is because we have the heat map here. So this is where the liquidity is. Well, if I want to get filled, well, I'm going to put it in front of that liquidity. I mean, it's more likely at least to get filled. It's no guarantee, of course, but um, or if you have a stop, you might want to hide it behind that high liquidity. Let's suppose this was your stop, then you'd maybe keep it below that liquidity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just there's no guarantees on that, but the idea is it's going to trade into the high liquidity, and then maybe it absorbs all of that selling or something. Anyway, a lot of different ways to manage your trades very, very quickly and easily here with some of these configurations. Now you can also cancel. So if I click on it again, left click on it, here's cancel down here. Okay, that's one way to cancel. There's other ways too. You can also use your mouse wheel as a button and then click on it. Here, it has to be in this area here though. And if I click on it, then it cancels it. Now let me set a few more limit buys by just simply left clicking below price. And then I'm going to move them all together again. I'll set a couple more. And then I want to move all of these over here together. If I use my center mouse wheel here, it just will cancel one of them. Okay, so right now, let's just, if I click on that, you can see now it's 4, right? Whereas before it was 5. Now, if I hold down Control and then left click on it, it will cancel all. Okay, so that's a quick way of doing it as well. Now you can use these buttons over here, but these are more of a higher level. Like it's cancel all bids. This is cancel all offers. So you can also do it that way. Anyway, that's some order management, moving these around. And up to you. Like you can also, click here and that'll cancel it as well. Cancel all of them if that arrow is compact. Yeah. Now, one of the things is you can see it looks like spaghetti in here. But what's really nice is all of my order actions are recorded. So you have to be accountable for this. What did I do and why? Now you can record these and use them in replay mode as well in Bookmap for debriefing your trading and add your orders into it. So as you replay it, you'll see your order action as well. And then you can come back here and go, oh God, what was I thinking? Or
that
like,
is
oh,
brilliant, man. Because it's like you can rewatch once you're done trading for the day and your emotions are calm and you're focused. You can rewatch how you handled when momentum changed, when suddenly, you were feeling so good about a limit order. And then as soon as price got to it, you were like, no, I got to drag it lower. And then it would have filled and it reversed without you. And yeah, that'd be a great tool to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's fantastic. We've had this for a long time. Anyway, orders are separate from you'll see on your Bookmap startup in the run options, you'll check the box to record your data and then check the box to record your orders. Now it only works though in live mode, those orders. So that's how you do it. So we just covered limit buys only. Now let's go over a market buy. So a market buy would be just left clicking above price. Okay, so if I left click up here, actually it set my brackets too. I left here, let me just move my stop a little bit. I left click here, that was a great trade decision. I left click up here though, this is where I clicked, but this is where I got filled. Okay. So it, it will the action is that when I left click and it's a market buy, it's not really a market buy. It's actually a limit at the best offer, a limit buy, and so you usually get filled immediately. Then I had bracketed. We'll cover these in a minute. But it set my at the same moment you can see it set my stop loss here
It was
and
like
my
10
take
ticks
profit
below
up
was what
here.
you had.
10 ticks below, 20 ticks for take profit.
Yeah.
And then you can move them though. So I mean you can I kind of like to do it that way. I like to kind of put a big number in here and then just set them out and then kind of hone them into where I want to go and arrange them. Yeah, that's the way that we'll go over brackets in a second. But here, let me just flatten. Now, when I hit flatten, you'll see, or actually, let's try to get maybe a tick more out of this. We probably won't. Yeah, we won't. Oh, here we
You'll
go.
get a bounce. We
Yeah,
can
I think
wait.
we'll
Come
get it.
on, mark it.
Come on, come on,
Get up
come
there and
on.
fill.
So there we
Oh.
go. There we go. Okay, and like any other, oh God, I should have shown something else. Like any other order, I can do that with limits. You'll see here, like when we zoom in, hold on. My limits here, there's a little blue line that's at the end of the queue. I don't know if you can see that. And once more people start to add into the queue, you'll see this move up toward the left here.
Oh, so you
So
can see where you are in the order book?
that's right.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, positioning queues is a big deal. A lot of traders, that's an important thing. Yeah, we've got it. And also in the Dome and Dome Pro, it'll show your position in queue. You can see like, well, I'm going to cancel that and move it, or move it up closer because I'm never going to get filled there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's your position in queue. Let's see. Okay, so we set a limit or a market order. Now we can also set stops. So let's go with a buy stop. So here we are down at the bottom of a range. And let's see if we can, okay, let's set another one. Now the way that it works is left clicking again, always a buy, but it depends where. Okay, so if I'm above price and I left click, it's going to be a market buyout, or I'll enter on market basically. If I hold the shift key down though, and then left click, now it says one stop. So that is, and it's a double dashed line here, and this is my buy stop to enter. And I have bracketed selected down here. So if I get filled here, there, it input or displays my my bracketed orders, and then that's that.
Yeah, I will just say another feature I'm liking about it. One thing that drives me nuts is when it's showing your P&L and it makes it red or green, so that it's like it triggers your brain to feel more fearful when the trade is going against you. And here I see it's just plain white either way, and I like that.
Yeah, or you can just not even show it.
Can you really? Can you just
Oh
cover it up
yeah,
completely?
yeah. So here we'll just come in here, right click, and then configure, and then
Yes,
just
get rid of it. Fuck
yeah,
yes, that's the way to do it.
exactly. A lot of traders do not want to see this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now I have my position, my average position price, and the volume that I traded.
Yes, that is the way to do it. That's dope.
There's also an area up here where here I'll show you. Go to configure settings, configure, or configuration, show trade control panel, and it will show all of these things up here as well. You can also right click in these and select or deselect whatever you want to show. Same stuff that's over here. It's just in the trade control panel. The only difference. So a lot of traders like this, and I usually just kind of keep it off. But oh, you're gonna like this. So there's another thing in here that's really great. In the subchart, there's an indicator that will show your profit and loss and your position sizing. So here, yeah, let's just start with profit and loss. So you can see, like, throughout the day, how did I do? So I started to trade over here. You see some gains. And then since this webinar, I've only had losses, Charles.
I have that effect on people, so just get used to it.
Anyway, what's kind of nice about this is you can kind of see your overall performance over time, and we've had this forever in Bookmap, and then also your position sizing. So you can see that maybe I had one a lot or two lot in here, and you've got the axis here that'll show you. This is B2 down here. So I only had ones and twos on today, and that was it. And I was short here, I was long here, and that's that. Okay, so now we've covered the buys. The sells is the same thing. It's just right-clicking though. So I will right-click above current price to set my limit sell orders. All right, and then again, you can move them around to wherever you like, and also cancel however you like. Center mouse wheel or click on it here and cancel. And then market sell would be to right-click below price here, and then I'm in on the sell side. And I clicked here, I got filled here.
Yeah, I was just about to say this one's going to be profitable for you, but it looks like you're going to get stopped out.
No,
right?
no,
I was about to say it. No, this
I'm
one's going to work.
We're
going to 12.
It's not. It's the horror. They just filled this high liquidity here. And they're pulling here. I'm going to get stopped out. And they're adding here. Here they come. I will be shocked if this is not stopped out. Anyway, there we go.
They got you.
Yeah.
Past performance
is not indicative of future results.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you can even show that right here. So anyway, that's the sell market, and then the sell stops. I'll hold the shift down and then right click below. Okay, so now this one I like. Here we come back up to this area where the sellers came in. Here you got your high volume node. Okay, well then I don't see sellers yet, but I'm waiting for them to come in and take me into this trade. Okay, there we go. Probably get one more push up here. Now I want to show another thing too. This is a good example. Scaling in. Okay, how do you we do have multi brackets, so you can scale in with one click and it'll put you into 3 positions. It only works with rhythmic data in live mode. It's great. It's a great tool, but you have to have rhythmic and it has to be trading in live. Now, if there's a way around it though, kind of work around it, is just enter with multiples. We like our position here. With our buy or sell stop, you say like, okay, well, I'm a seller up to here, and maybe I want to scale in as well. I'll scale in with, I'll click down here, right click twice. There's 2 sell stops. Okay, and they will have separate brackets as well. So if I get hit here and I get filled, once it touches it, it will unpack into market sell. There we go. And then here are my stops, and here are my take profits. So now I can unpack these as well and move them around. So if you want to scale in, that's how you do it. Like you can just come in here and uh, like right click a couple times really quickly, just double click a couple times, and there you go, and you're in, right? And That's that. So now move your stops around, manage them the way that you want, etc., and you're good to go. If you don't like it anymore, you're getting nervous, then just hit the flatten button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We also have a reversal button. Uh, it works great. Well, let me start with the flatten button. What
Mm-hmm.
it is, it's a two actions that it uses. One is it will any open positions that you're in, it will close them. And then the second is any open orders, it will cancel them.
Cancel them. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do not have anything in the market in this instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Other instruments you might, and you'll have to check. There's a when you have live mode, you can come up to settings, or I think, or file, or I forget which one. I think it's under settings. You'll see your account information here, and you'll see if you have any open orders or not, and or open positions. That's how to deal with it in the live mode.
No one in
Yeah.
my room uses flatten or reversal, Bruce. Okay. Everybody plans their trades ahead of time, manages their risk. The trade either works or it doesn't. They don't freak out in the moment.
Yeah, yeah. It depends. Like, God, I mean, what is it like a lot of like, here's an example. Let's go short a few here. Now, if this doesn't go for us and we come up here, you're like, well, I'm going short. Uh, Everyone else is probably going short too. But if the opposite happens and I see a lot of people coming in up in here, then I'm going to not only reverse, I'll probably even double my order to look for it to come back up into 25 or 30,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know?
you'd have to be a
And
scalper for that.
and yeah, that I mean, this is a scalping idea. So here we
Yeah.
go, right? And that would be your decision to reverse like that. And you can see it. I also, because I have limit or the bracketed orders here selected, then you can see that it put in my stops, my buy stops, and buy limits down here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Dope.
I'm sorry. That's incorrect. That's actually a bug. Or it's maybe not a bug. That is incorrect though. So we're going to cancel all of these. Those should be cells. Yeah, be careful with the with the reversal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to report that immediately. Anyway, I'm getting annihilated here.
Taking one for the team. We appreciate you,
Yeah,
Bruce.
totally, totally. Like anyway, I worked hard this morning in the webinar to show
Yeah.
the results. Let me show you the next thing in here. And then we'll turn on actually the profits and yeah. Oh God, that's horrible. Um, so uh, okay, so now I took all these trades and blah blah. Uh, then we have this new trade journal and trading statistics. So let's go up to configure add-ons here. And Yeah, this should be on. Hold on a minute here. Let me double check. Did it record all these trades? Should have. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah, because there would be a green button up here. This is a new release. Uh, this is the add-on you need here, trading statistics, and then you can show the trading window here, and it will pop up and show me my trading statistics. Okay, here. All right, so this is the NQ, and this is the ES. So my trading statistics, it shows like all these metrics up in here, and then you have all of your each individual trade and metrics in here. And so you can, this is already within an Excel spreadsheet actually. If you go up to File, show your user folder, and it's under here in your C drive. It is under configuration and trading statistics, trades, filter by date, and then you can open it here, right? So here it is here. So you can copy and paste this and do whatever you want with it, basically.
Yeah, that's super convenient.
So we have that, but we also have this. I'll show you. This is the new tool I wanted to demo. Check the box here, and then open it up in your trading web browser journal, and then here it is here. So this is the new tool that we have, and it's great. So you've got total wins, total losses, biggest win, biggest loss, average win, average loser, and then your profitable trades versus losing trades. It's very basic right now, but this is what we have. And then we have each individual trade that you can see here. We have, these should be the latest ones. They're not. Okay, let's try. We'll select the dates up here. This is why. And we'll go with the 18th to the 19th. Okay, here's our profit and loss. Horrible. This all happened during the webinar.
Yeah, I was about to say, you worked so hard to get up there, and then you just gave it all back.
And I just gave it all back. I know. So anyway, and that will be my excuse on Monday. Because it's really great to show this profit and loss history. Like here's your equity curve. Select the go back to March. This is my equity curve, right? And you can see this data in here is reflected based off of the dates that you're filtering here. So this is it is our minimum viable product at the moment. We're going to do a lot more with this. You're going to be able to spin all sorts of numbers, all sorts of metrics. So this is what we have at the moment, and you can see some of the metrics down here with your. And let me go back to April, so it just kind of simplifies things. Okay. Right? Yeah. Okay. This is a bug here, so I'm not sure what it wasn't. We didn't have that issue just a few days ago. This is a new version. Let's just go through these two because this will be good. So a couple of trades that we just took, and here's my profit and loss, my exit, what instrument it is, the size that I had, my entry price, the dates, the type, sell or buy, and then you have your maximum favorable excursions and maximum adverse excursions. So you want this number to be big and this number to be small, and this right now is very much the opposite. Anyway, that's what we have at the moment. Like I said, we'll be able to spin all these soon and be able to, show me a date or during a time during the day in an instrument, and then how well did I do with that, and then there's a lot of other products out there that are similar. They've had this for decades. So now Bookmap does as well.
Can I throw some ideas at you right away? Can I just
sure,
hit
absolutely.
you with some stuff? You can pass it up the chain. So first off, from the chat, I'm seeing one about being able to go in and type out your emotions during those time periods, during those trades. I also like the idea of if it's recording your trades, right? Like you said, when you go back and replay, you can see where it is. To be able to, from this screen, click on a trade and then have it take you to another thing where you can watch that trade play out. You know what I mean? And then you can write yourself a little note about what you were going through emotionally. That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be great. That's a great feature. That I no one suggested that yet.
Dude, Bruce,
Yeah,
I got
thank you,
so many
thank you.
ideas.
Boy, keep them going.
Yeah, you know what else you should do? You should be able to connect people's social media to it. You know what I mean? So they can like add their Twitter handle and then automatically share results, or even have like a leaderboard. If people want to compete with their friends, they can all sign up and like through their results on Bookmap, they can track each other's results. That's another great idea.
Yeah, th those ideas like in social trading, trade copiers, we've discussed some of those things, but those are down the road.
Yeah.
But Yeah, those are all excellent ideas. And we want to build this out. So, we want to put it within like, maybe the uh, trading, or I'm sorry, the learning center, and being able to share it with others, to share it with coaches, in here. Like, I mean, not publicly, but when you log in,
Mm-hmm.
to have that information. And Yeah, it would be great. I really like the notes idea, as well as another one that we want to offer soon is strategies. So you can type in what kind of
Yeah.
strategy it was that you're trading, and then you can filter the results for that.
Yeah, that's
That's
a great idea too, for sure.
pretty straightforward. Yeah, so this is what we have at the moment, and we can give you access to this. And It will be released pretty soon. So, and you can see there's still a few bugs in here, but
Yeah.
we're almost there. Yeah, happy to get your feedback and try to develop some of the suggestions that you have
For sure,
for
for
it.
sure. Let me just really quickly, there's a bunch of comments that have been building up. Let me just read through them real quick and see if there's anything worth discussing. Um, Jazz says, in your private Discord live streams recorded, I would like to watch them after the trading day. I assume every time there's a stream in your Discord, it's also on YouTube, correct?
Typically, not always.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
sorry, Jazz. If it's in the Discord by itself, you're on your own. There's
No,
no.
no, no, no. I
Are
mean,
those recorded? Can you go back and replay them?
most of the we do both, right? So if you come in here and like Doug right now is options with Doug is presenting,
Mm-hmm.
and he's live. If we go over to our YouTube channel, he's also live over here.
Yeah, I think he suggest. Are there ever times that they're just in the Discord but not in YouTube as well?
The Algo boys are over there in just in Discord.
Oh, okay.
That's one example. Other times there's special events or certain things like maybe the Bookmap Academy. We usually do those also on YouTube, but maybe we'll have some special events and it's only on Discord.
Okay, cool. Um, Let me see here. Just reading through, reading through. Frito is saying there should be a button that says mental case for the reviewing your trades. Um, yeah, I think everybody just seems to think it's cool.
Okay. Um, yeah, let's see.
All right. Well, while I've got you here, there
Yeah.
was something you told me about recently that I haven't had a chance to play with at all, and I'm wondering if you can just show it to me one more time, which was the VWAP that was like you could start it, you could anchor it somewhere,
Anchor
and then
VWAP.
it would spread from there, and it would show you like the divergences
Yeah.
from or the deviations. I mean, from the VWAP. Can you show me that again?
Yeah, sure. This is still in, no, it's released. It's not in beta any longer. Hold on a minute. Let me go find it. I may have even, okay. So I'll go to manage add-ons, and this is how you do it. Just go to manage add-ons, and then Bookmap add-ons level 1 are all the indicators. So scroll down to the bottom. So it's not down here. So it must be, I must have it. I don't have access to it right now.
Is it still in
Okay.
development? Is that the problem?
No, 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 no. I had some licensing issues just recently. I don't know why what happened, but hold on just a minute here. Let me
You
see
should
if I
talk
can.
to the people at Bookmap about this.
I know I should reach out to support. Um, so yeah, let me see if I can quickly fix this. Hold on.
Yeah, you play with that. I'll just real quick for the people watching. I'll just look at the live markets for a second here.
Okay. Um,
Oh, it won't let me minimize because it's recording. I wonder if I can get over it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so just for the people watching live right now, it looks like the market made a low in the G period, and we've reversed, and it's making us think we've got cessation and we're going to go sideways, but we do still have a poor low down there. So I would say if the market were to push down towards the 5,000 level, I wouldn't be looking to long to come back to the POC because they may break it lower one more time, one more little poke. We still have an unfilled gap from February at 49.98. So if it pushes up towards the opening price, I'd be willing to short to come back to the POC, but I would not want to long down here. Otherwise, it looks like we're going sideways. Okay, great.
all right. That was like a radio talk show host.
You know that's how I do.
Yeah, that was great. So hold on a minute. And Dan says he's got it available on his chart. Maybe, yeah. So you have the latest one, Dan? Do you know?
Go to options to view.
So yeah, because it'll take me a second here to.
There it is.
Okay. Hold on a minute. I can get it up and running. Just need to open up a few windows here and.
So Dan, if you could you cancel that one out and place a new one for us to see? Oh, it's gone. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So he's saying create VWAP session start. You can plug in when you want it to start, the exact time. Show the deviation bands.
Okay, I should be able to show it here. Just a second here.
Yeah, there it is. Sorry, Dan, if you're talking, we can't hear you. It looks like you're explaining, but we have no idea.
Uh,
There he is.
my apologies. Yeah, so if you just head to the configure add-ons place, you can just head straight to VWAP, and then you can either create it from current time, from the session start, but you can always change the anchor to wherever you would like it throughout the day. I've chosen what is the session start for real-time trading hours for me at the moment, so 2:30 in the UK, which translates to 8:30 in Eastern, I believe.
So if you wanted to, like, let's say right now at this moment, there was a big wave of short covering or something like that, and you wanted to start the VWAP right now, you could just go create from current time and it would do it?
Yep. Straight away. So my time at the moment is 10 to 7, and yeah, straight away from there. And we can obviously change the color to make it a bit more reflective. You said you don't like red or green, so we'll go with a nice pink.
Pink is my favorite. How did you know?
I watched a few of your streams. So it should just take a second to start working. And here we go. You can start to see it come in there. And clear off the existing VWAP just to make it a bit clearer.
Well, cool. Yeah, now that that's out there, I'm going to start playing with that one too. That really was interesting to me because it's about recognizing when there's a change in market behavior and then what happens as a result.
So we can see it started exactly at the current time there.
Very cool.
I'll let Bruce screen share from now then. Take back over.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Back to you, Bruce. Entertain
All
us.
right. Yeah, thanks, Dan. So hold on a minute here. I had to restart as well. Should have access though. Hold on. And how do I? Oh yeah, share my screen down here.
Okay. So Cool Beans is saying, so it's a little more complicated than just point and click on the indicator. Yeah. Is there a way you could just on the screen, like click on the spot where you wanted the anchor to start?
Yeah, you can. However, it's off. There's kind of a weird bug that we kind of ran into. So it's a bit of a workaround, but it's not much. Let me show you. So if I go to VWAP now, okay, I should see it in here.
Nope.
Not yet. Why? I just restarted. And I save this. Okay, hold on a minute.
Thank you for sticking with us. 35 people watching. Appreciate you. John says, wow, this does everything. Where is the patience and discipline tab? Boy, wouldn't that be nice? Where's the discipline plugin? No, that is true. One of the things I love about Bookmap is that there's so much you can do with it. One of the things I hate about Bookmap is that there's so much you can do with it. And you want to try to learn everything and try to use everything, but of course no one can be an expert at everything. So you got to play with the different things, see what you like and don't like, and then just use that and become really good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever works for you is really, the key. So if you want to keep it really simple and you just want to look at, some higher, longer term liquidity, you can filter for that. That's fine. And if you, want to look at and really scalp and really get into the details, you can do that as well. In fact, you can set up two different instruments or the same instrument with two different configurations with those time frames. So it's up to you. But the information is just amazing. I mean, look how we, a lot of buying came in, and all of a sudden there's a lot of sell limit orders up here, and the reaction. No one's interested,
Yeah, they just scared the buyers away.
It just scared them away. And and it's like, well, opportunity for sellers. Now they've already traded to the swing here. So we'll probably get a little bit of a bounce, but that's where maybe like, okay, well then, I'm looking to go short. And if I'll stay away from the short squeeze here, but maybe I'll get in here. And then look and see if it can carry me down in front of this liquidity here. Just because of this relationship here, end of the trend, and then look for the continuation down to only to here though. I'm just looking for it to here on this time frame, and then that's it. And there we go. So I'm filled, it continued on. I mean, I'm sure you'd be looking at this down here, and maybe you can even get more selling through that area, and then come down to your poor low.
Liquidation. They're coming to that poor low, dude.
Yeah,
it's happening
exactly.
As we speak.
So and think about all of these. And think about all of these guys up in here. Yeah, I need to add some historical data in here. think about all these guys that just got squeezed here. We can even look at them with stops and icebergs. Yeah, was it a stop run? Yeah, absolutely. Were there icebergs in here? Absolutely. So there's a nice combination or confluence there between stops and icebergs. Selling icebergs and buying stops, people getting stopped out, and they're also getting stopped out on the way down here as well. Here's your poor low is down here. Maybe this is it. Maybe just this swing, you know. But it was this liquidity on this time frame that gave us a little bit of insight.
Yep.
So that's you know, one way to work it. Let's see.
The last thing I think you mentioned, you wanted to talk about the market pulse.
Yeah, that'd be great. I got some interesting things there. But let's see if I can add this now. This bugs me. No, I still cannot. I don't know what's up. Got to talk to support. So I lost my support skills about 2 years ago. It just those guys like changed the game, and I'm like, okay, I can't help anymore.
Yeah.
It's too advanced for me. Let me show you. At least, thanks, Dan. Dan was able to show it. It's pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. Maybe I know I've got VWAP here, but not anchored. Yeah. Nah, forget it. It's show it another time to you.
Now I'll start playing with it and I'll show them once I figured it out.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing that's different about the clicking is I can kind of demo that. Is if you have the VWAP here, you have to have at least one VWAP on the chart. And that's where you're going to anchor it from. So this might be your longer term VWAP for this whole session, for example. And let's suppose like you want to put an anchored VWAP like down here. You would have to hover over here, and then you would right click on it here. And then you can actually make an anchored VWAP here, only one though, and reset it here. That's how you'll do it with the anchored VWAP tool, and it will show a new VWAP. This old one will still stay here, but a new one will show. And then you can put your standard deviation lines on it as well.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how that will work. The only difference is that you won't be clicking down here. You'll be hovering over here using the crosshairs, but you'll be clicking here to set that anchored VWAP at that point. A little bit of a stretch there, but you know, it was because of the right clicking was messing up and conflicting with something else in Bookmap. That was the problem.
Sure.
All right. So I've showed you a lot of market pulse tools, I think, right? Like volume pressure or volume pressure imbalance, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've got some really interesting things in here. I want to show you one called multi-algo. Yeah, I have a bunch open. I'm gonna close them, and then I'm gonna click on it here, and we'll just go from scratch. So we click on Market Pulse, we click on Create, and then here we have all the algos that you can use, and there's a lot now that we've developed here. We're gonna look at volume pressure imbalance for the ES, actually I'll bring the volume all the way down to 0. And click on play, and this will show us our volume pressure. When it hits a threshold, it will hear a pinging noise here. We're going to open another one, and this one on top here, and we're going to show order book pressure imbalance for the ES, and click play. Okay, so now what this shows is, and I'll show it in the subchart and what it looks like. Order book pressure imbalance. Okay. And and show percentage. Okay, so order book pressure imbalance is like, this is going to show an imbalance here. We can zoom in, and we're getting a lot here because it's moving. But you would think that, wow, look at all these bids in here, right? So shouldn't it be the imbalance be on the bid side? Well, actually, you would think that, but when you the data is actually a little bit different here, because this is already in the calculation. This is new. This is the imbalance actually here. So it's on the sell side. These are limit sell orders. There's an imbalance here, right where it broke down through here on the sell side. So there is more limit sell orders compared to limit buy orders within the last 5 minutes. Any questions on that?
To me, looking at the chart just through the colors, it would seem like there would be more limit buys below than there are limit sells. So you're saying the imbalance is that there are more buys, correct?
No, more sells. There's more sells.
So shouldn't the color be brighter there?
It's so the way that this works, and it actually well, let me just discuss and describe how it works. It's on a period here of 5 minutes, training period. So within 5 minutes of data. So all of this data was already in the order book. So that's already. Oh,
so you're saying the imbalance is new orders within the last 5 minutes entering your. I see what you're saying. Okay,
that's right. And and you can see it stacked over here.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all new, and that's exactly when this dropped.
I see. Okay. So that's more of like how it could scare price away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but it gave us really good insight here. That wow, there's a big imbalance on the offer here, and we can't. When we start to zoom out, this kind of gets diluted in here, and we can't really see it. But Market Pulse picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a heavy move here. Really, really nice move, and very nice imbalance here for a long time. And it's still an imbalance all the way up to this point here. At least heavy imbalance on the sell side, and then it kind of evaporated. But anyway. So we've got order book imbalance, and we've got volume pressure imbalance. So that one's pretty straightforward. The volume, if it picks up like this, here, let's display it. So we will not display it here, and then volume pressure imbalance, we will display it. Hold on, did I do that right? Yeah. Okay. And volume pressure imbalance here. Okay, so where was volume in the last, by the settings again, where was it peaking? Well, here, and just before here in the last 5 minutes. So all of this in here is really not much of an imbalance, even though we see that there's more selling in here. In fact, we might start to see some buying coming in here, and we might get a spike to the upside here, and we'd see our volume pressure imbalance, and we would hear it come in.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe this in here kind of like, we'll see. If we get a lot of heavy selling in here, like we're going to get a pretty big spike on the volume pressure imbalance. One way or the other here, we're going to get it. So we're going to get sell side here. Anyway, the two separate things here, but we can combine them together. So for me, this is like almost as close to the Holy Grail as you can get. So let me show you how it works. You come up here, you create a new one, and it pops up on top. And then under the algo here, I will select multi-algo, and then it will populate it here in this field. and it will show me that I can select order book pressure imbalance and also volume pressure imbalance here. Once I click play, it will show it here as one indicator or one market pulse widget. And then let's show it in the subchart here, and see the buying coming in, looking great. All right. In fact, we just missed it. Hold on. Let's not display this in the subchart, and we will display this one in the subchart instead. Yeah. Okay. Wow, interesting.
So, okay, when we're combining these two together, one is the volume pressure and one is a change in the order books, which is more buyers or sellers. So what are we seeing when it goes red or goes green? What was it actually indicating?
Yeah. So something looks a little off here. Hold on a minute. And why? Oh, probably it looks like a reset or something in here. Hold on just a minute here. It might be also the data, historical data in here. Yeah, let's try this. We'll give 3 hours of historical data, 3 hours of historical data. Okay, and this will update the multi-algo in here. Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, we're looking for when we have both together, and when both are together, we should see, you know, a pretty powerful move. So the same thing we're always looking for in here. So all of a sudden, like, look at this move up here. High liquidity comes into the book on the offer, and then are we getting sellers though? Moving it away? Yeah, we are. So we should get an extreme move here pretty soon in this market pulse, and that can give some really good insight, because now we've got the order book on our side and volume on our side, and if that's the case, then we're looking for it to come down into higher liquidity down in these levels here, and hit your poor low, basically.
Sorry, can you explain? I didn't quite understand that. So explain it to me one more time.
Okay. Something looks a little off, to be honest, with this output. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's here it is. This should do the trick. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that looks right. Okay. So all right, so you understand what the here, it might be easier here. Hold on just a second. So I'm going to display all of them in the subchart, but I'll toggle them a different way here. Okay, I got order book pressure imbalance, volume pressure imbalance, and then both in the combo. So let's just show, here's order book pressure imbalance here. Okay, so actually on the move up here, we had an order book pressure imbalance on the bid somewhere in here. It is this block in. We see a little bit of this block in here, but it's actually in here that we had this order book pressure imbalance on the buy side. Okay. Yeah, so this liquidity in here started to come into the book, and we had our imbalance a little bit in here, and you can see just a little spike in here from that, and then another one in here, right in here, and order book imbalance as well. So right here is what it looks like. These are little areas in here, but they're really hard to see. in the liquidity heat map, but it has a massive effect on price. So you really have to be kind of drilled in here. What's nice about this order book imbalance is it is showing you these details without having to be drilled in there or zoomed in to those areas.
Yeah, I was about to say, all of that you're talking about happened in a fraction of a second.
Very, very
that
small time.
That was like 1 second time frame. I don't think I could watch that quickly. I don't think I can keep up.
Exactly. But now
so if I'm more zoomed out, how am I using this to my advantage?
Well, you're getting the spike. You know that they're on the bid in here. There's some pretty big imbalance because it's over 70%. So now the question would be like, am I getting an imbalance? But is the reaction buyers? Yeah. Then you can look for some of these higher ranges or liquidity to be tested.
Okay. So that's just the order book imbalance pressure by itself. So now when we combine the two, what are we seeing?
So volume pressure imbalance is it's actually pretty similar in its output, but it's going to be different because it's based off of volume. So this one's easy to read because you can see the big dot here, right? So there was an imbalance on the sell side here, and then you can see some imbalances here on the buy side here, and then right in here. So that's pretty easy to see because the dots are just bigger, right? And we know that. But it just shows it in the subchart as well that it's extreme. It's over 70% compared to the last 5-minute period or the continuous 5-minute period. So now what we're doing is combining both of those two together into one. So now we're looking for an order book imbalance and a volume pressure imbalance that hits that 70% threshold or whatever threshold we want. And then now we have much more on our side. We have the limit buy and sell orders on our side, as well as the aggressors, the volume pressure on our side.
So if I'm looking at the colors and I'm seeing it move far to the red side, that is telling me that there are more new sellers entering the market, more new shorts, or more new longs, or is it vice versa?
So right now, for example, okay.
Yeah, we just dipped below on the subchart. We dipped below. We got red. So what's happening right now?
So there's an order book imbalance and volume pressure imbalance right now. Okay. So let's zoom in here. Let's take a look. So maybe this would be a momentum trade, right? We'd look for this to continue on. And because we know we got a lot of volatility in here, but we know we're on the side of the order book as well as the volume pressure. And we'll see if this is just a pullback or something more. But that's a lot of volume there. And the order book was supporting that, or I shouldn't say support, was behind it, I should say.
Yeah, like in confluence. So if it's red, it's more likely to continue lower. If it's green, it's more likely to continue higher.
Yeah, more or less. So the use case scenarios are something that we're putting together. But you can see, I mean, this one's working out pretty nicely.
Yeah, you got the red and then you got follow through.
Yeah. So, and then now let's put this into your bigger plan, right? I don't want to get filled there. I want to get filled down here. This is the move, that we're probably looking for. Look at all this liquidity on the offer, and we see sellers. Okay, great. Look for 5,000. And we have this kind of indication here as well that we've got some sell pressure and some order book imbalance pressure.
And so you're using 5 minutes as the amount of time. Have you played with longer times or shorter times? And
a little bit.
Is it kind of the same?
I've since it's mostly been demoing, and then the one I've played around with it. Yeah, I mean, like I'm pretty good with just the default settings. Yeah. I know other guys are using like half hour or 20 minutes or something like that. But uh, and the pullback period, the half-life period, they're also playing around with that, maybe 30 seconds or something like that. But this is one of the beautiful things about it that I really like. Here it is in the subchart. Here I had the imbalance on the order book and volume on the buy side here. Did this give you a good signal? Did this give you a good signal? How about this one? Now look at how it went against me here and almost went to an extreme. Okay, so maybe this isn't the move right now. Maybe we'll see if there's if buyers come back up in here, then it's likely to maybe trade higher. But so far so good. It didn't, so I'm still staying sell side here. So this is the quick way to just look back and see. Okay, I got an extreme reading, not bad at the peak. I got an extreme reading, not bad, down here. So these little areas in here can be really helpful in that subchart. So maybe I should have, I got extreme readings into this swing low. Well, I got greedy. Maybe I should have taken some profit there, especially in light of look how many sellers are down here. Right, it's exhausting out in front of high liquidity. All right, we're going to get a pullback, yeah. And here
boy, this is not your session.
It is not. It is not. Should I move my stop? I don't know. I still kind of believe in this move here, but maybe.
Well, see, the thing is, it's all about time frame. If it's going to make the move, it's not going to happen in the next 5 minutes. It's going to happen over the next hour. You know what I mean?
The next hour, yeah, exactly. We'll probably see a move all the way. I mean, we already got this big spike here, so it always does this kind of near the end of the session. Yeah. And then you get your move, So you got it. It's nerve wracking, but nonetheless, if you're good at trading the close or in the afternoon, then you would anticipate that. We just got a spike here actually, just tiny one right here, and we're gonna get stopped out. It still could work out, but I doubt it. And usually in the close, you'll get, it'll probably come back up and retest these areas here before it goes back down.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. I'll play with it. I mean, it's interesting to me. The conceptual idea makes sense. I'm trying to figure out how to make it actionable, but I'll play with it and see.
Okay. Or, a lot of traders are just sticking with one and they like volume, pressure, and balance.
Yeah, that's the one I played with them all. And that was the one I liked the most. And literally just with the base settings, the initial settings, I tried all sorts of, I tried making it longer time frames and all this stuff. And it was all very similar results. So I just stick with, the way it automatically sets up. But I do really like the volume one because it's, the way I've been describing it to people is, it's like another way to catch my attention. Hearing the da-da-da-da-da-da, it's like I'm watching the chart, I'm thinking about this, I'm watching a support level, I'm trying to figure out, and then I hear that da-da-da-da-da, it's like, okay, pay attention. Something's happening in this moment right now. That information you'll need, over the next 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the thing to kind of, so we were looking actually, there's two use case scenarios here actually unfolded for us. One was the momentum move. We're starting to hear it. Well, let's get in, right? The other one is the fade, because you'll note when you kind of back test this, a lot of times it's the fade down here where you're getting all these extreme moves, extreme volume, etc. Then you get your pullback at that point. So the back testing here in the subchart is the beauty of it. I think not only the sound, but also this subchart to be able to look and kind of line them up, try a different setting, line it up, and that can offer, a very simple trading strategy right there.
Yeah.
So. Or confluence at least.
Yeah, just another piece of data to consider in the context you're already looking at.
Right.
It would be interesting for you guys to have a bot trade. Every time it crosses the threshold, just take a trade and see the results after a couple days.
This is something we're going to connect with this market pulse tool. So you will be able to then not only get a sound, but maybe a bot would be the next step. So to be able to pick multiple market pulse widgets or multiple indicators. Okay, when did I get an extreme reading on CVD as well as volume pressure imbalance? Did those two to come together? Give me an alert. If you can give me alert, well, you can also take a trade.
Yeah, and same thing, like if you're in a trade, to let you know maybe I should move my stop above my entry, maybe it's going to reverse on me or like whatever, because the imbalance changes all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And good Lord, we need all the help we can get. So it can still align with the way that you trade. Is just confluence. And instead of having to look at all sorts of different things and master 5 different confluences that may take several months or something, this would be doing it for you.
Yeah. Well, dope. I'll play with it for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I've taken up more than enough of your time. Thank you so much, Charles. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And if there's no more questions, I'm happy to answer any questions. Looking forward to Friday with you. If you need to meet again and you have some questions, we can do it again as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hit you up for sure. But yeah, there's nothing else from me. So thank you so much. I'm sure people will want to play with it.
Okay.
Let's see what they get.
Yeah, excellent. All right. Well then, thanks. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you. I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, I'll do Monday morning and Friday, so I'll be seeing you multiple times next week.
Perfect.
All right. Have a good weekend, brother.
Okay. All right. See you, Charles.
Bye, Dan.
See you later.
All right, folks, that is it. That is the end of the conversation with Bruce. Let's take a second to talk about the live market. Yeah, so the market is rotational here, but I would just caution, like I said, maybe we just rotate the rest of the day, but that low is very suspicious to me because it is both poor, which makes it a magnet for price to come back down there, and we've got that gap fill. So there are traders shorting all day today trying to get back to fill that gap. So that low is suspect. Can't short to it. By the way, the banner's totally wrong. That's from earlier. Can't short to it because we're rotational. But once we get down there, a little gap fill could come right back up in probably the last hour of the day. Any final questions for me before we say goodbye? Anything at all? Well, thank you to the 30 of you for hanging out. I hope you got something out of this that you found helpful. And we will see you on Monday morning. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.